This is Ryan Elliott for Boxing Social in association with Betfriend. We're here in Sheffield after a pretty surreal night of boxing. With me, promoter Eddie Hearn. Eddie, we'll start with Kid Galahad. How do you sum up what we've just seen?
That's just the most stunning thing I've seen in 35 years of watching boxing. I mean, a total domination of the fight. You know, so much so I was thinking, we've got a bit of stick about the fight anyway, but I just thought Kiko will bring it. He will not give up. He'll always try and win. But I didn't expect that. I never expected him to win the fight. And the fight was a domination. You know, as I said, I was expecting Twitter to light up and say, oh, what a mismatch, you know. And it was. I can't lie, till that moment. And just, you know, the first one he goes down, I mean, luckily for him, 5 seconds left in the round. I actually went to tweet as he got off the stool, went like that, heard the ooze, and when I watched it back, it was worse. That the second knockdown, a huge haymaker of a right hand, and Kiko Martinez just makes history tonight. I mean, Spanish boxing is flying. Sandor Martin beating Mikey Garcia. Now Kiko becomes a two-time, two-weight world champion. Just stunning.
What was going through your head after the first knockdown? I know he got saved by the bell a bit, but were you thinking, is this done? Did you think he might recover?
I thought it was done when he got up, but then when I looked up and saw 5 seconds and saw him go back to his stool, I expected him to recover. He may have recovered, by the way, but regardless of whether he'd been knocked down previously or not, that second right hand would have done exactly the same thing because it was a huge shot. And he was out. He was completely gone.
Rematch clause. Guessing there is one.
Yeah, well, we have options on Kiko. He's a matchroom fighter. So, you know, we'll look at that with Kid Galahad. And, you know, Kiko might want a quick fight in Spain. And Barry's going to take some time to recover from that. It was a really brutal knockout. So we'll work with Barry, of course, and bring him back to get another shot at the world title.
How on earth do they go on about pricing up a rematch when we've just seen something like that? Barry started so well, Kiko Martinez finishing in unbelievable fashion. How do you even go about that?
I think look, you never know what a knockout like that does to your career. But Kid Galahad's never been really hurt before. You know, he's never been in brutal fights. So I expect him to come back fresh. I still make him a favourite in the rematch because he was dominating, wasn't he? I mean, Kiko's legs buckled in the first round. I thought maybe this would be over now. Just unbelievable.
Another stunning fight, one before that, Terri Harper stopped by Harper Baumgardner, taking a WBC super featherweight title. Your reaction to that fight?
I mean, Baumgardner was sensational. You know, I feel for Steffi and Terry. You know, Steffi will beat himself up a little bit about taking Baumgardner as a comeback, but you can't look at it like that. You know, if you're good enough to be undisputed, and that's what we all believe, you're good enough to beat contenders. But Baumgardner became a star tonight. You know, just unbelievable performance, full of confidence all week. You know, I spoke to someone who works in her team tonight and she said, we've been really trying to get in her head. You know, we know she's struggles with her confidence and we wanted to put it on her. And that might have had an effect tonight. She didn't look confident, Terry. She did look a little bit fragile. Was that the weight? Was that the layoff? Was that, I don't know. But, you know, great refereeing. Terry was out on her feet and could have got hurt there, and a star is born tonight in Baumgardner. And again, you know, the rematch over to Terry and Steffi, it's a real tough one to come back into. You know, does she move to lightweight? I don't know, but you know, as with Barry, we'll support her 1,000,000%. She's a diamond of a girl, and we love Steffi, and they'll be back for sure.
What does your gut instinct tell you about whether she'll take that rematch?
I mean, again, you know, it's the confidence thing, it's the belief. Sometimes a fighter can bounce back and you know, believe in themselves enough to come back and avenge defeat. And sometimes people need confidence boosters to come back into a fight like that. So listen, maybe Alicia has a defence first and then we do it, or maybe Terry goes straight back into it. We'll sit down with her and plan out the future.
A couple more before I let you go. A few additions to the Liverpool card. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I wanted to announce, we've got 3 championship fights to be announced on Monday or Tuesday. But I'm my own worst enemy because I talk to people on social media and I tell them, we're doing it tomorrow, we've been waiting for sanction. Katie Taylor will fight Sharapova, a mandatory. We talk about Baumgardner, this is the same kind of fight, a really tough fight for Katie Taylor, unbeaten, #1 contender, mandatory challenger, huge star in Kazakhstan as well, good amateur, really tough fight. So pleased for Jordan Gill's going to be getting his shot at a European title against the champion Gurphy, Callum French, Peter McGrath, and as I said, 3 more championship fights to be added on Monday.
Last one, I saw Ben Whittaker at the weigh-in yesterday. I've seen Fraser Clarke here tonight talking to yourself. Any update on these Olympians?
Yeah, I'm talking to all of them, as are most promoters and broadcasters. You know, I'm just. I know it sounds really cheesy, but I'm just here for them, like for any advice. I know what they should do, and I know how to guide fighters into global stars and into world champions. And there is only one place to be. You can't put your career in the hands of someone that's not capable to take you to the place that you dream of going. So just speaking to everybody, and I expect we sign a number of Olympians, but it's a very competitive market at the moment, so it's good for them.
Eddie Hearn, thank you for speaking on Boxing Social. Catch you soon.